Italy could be the first Western country to offer paid menstrual leave for female workers. A little bit more on this proposition. The proposed law is currently being debated in the country's parliament. If passed, it would mandate that companies enforce a menstrual leave policy and offer 3 paid days off each month to working women who experience painful periods. Now, the Italian version of Mary Claire is celebrating this. They say it is a standard bearer of progress and social sustainability, although there are some people who don't think this is the best idea. Just to give you a little bit more context, Italy has one of the lowest rates of female labor participation in the workforce. So Miriam Goy, who is a feminist writer, wants to touch upon some of the issues this might present. She fears that rather than breaking taboos about women's menstrual cycle, the measure could end up perpetuating the idea that women are more emotional than men and require special treatment. The law could actually be set in place in a matter of weeks because it was presented in the Lower Italy Parliament on March 13th. And just to give you guys a little bit more information, menstrual leave is actually a little bit more common than I had thought. It is a legal right for women in other countries, including South Korea and Japan, and it has been that way for 60 years. And then also there are some private companies like Nike who have introduced a very similar policy. I think this is sort of an interesting discussion because I'm not really sure where I land. I think both sides make really valid arguments. I know women who experience incredibly painful periods who it would be great if they had the option for a day or two on those first days that are the worst to just take some time to themselves, or at least have the option to do so. But then I also understand that it might stigmatize periods in a country that already has women participating at a disproportionate rate in the workforce to men. So this is a discussion that I can't wait to have with you guys in the comment section.
Yeah.
And I want to know where you land on this, Amir.
I personally think if there is a big concern about labeling it menstrual leave and whatever, maybe just offer more sick days to people in general, and then they could use them for that.
So people, you mean both men and women?
Yeah, both men and women. So I recently watched Michael Moore's last documentary, Where to Invade Next, and I think one part of it is he goes to Italy actually, and he talks with the CEO there, and he's kind of talking about like the employee rights and what goes on in other countries outside of America. And Italy, along with a lot of other European countries, they have such amazing benefits for their employees that they just, it's like a no-brainer for them that like you get over a month of vacation time every year. You get all this time off, and when women have babies, they have so much time off for maternity leave compared to the United States. And I see this as just another part of that kind of makes sense in a way that like, of course you should be offered this time because employees, for companies to do well, employees need to be happy and comfortable.
Yeah.
We can't just keep like forcing the bottom line on our employees and then expecting great results at the end, because that's just gonna burn out a ton of people and you're gonna be left with people who are stressed and depressed all the time.
Yeah, I think what this comes down to for me is companies and employers understanding their workforce a little bit more and understanding how they can be the most productive and how they can be the most motivated. And a big part of that is allowing them to have those breaks, whether mentally or physically, just allowing them to have that time so that when they come back to the workplace, they are the most effective, they are motivated, and they feel as though they are working for someone who encourages that and wants them to be their best.
They don't resent their job. I think if you ask a lot of people outside of America how they feel about their job, the answers you'd get are probably more positive than in America.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think vacation time is way undervalued in the United States.
We get like
for
most
sure.
places just 15 days of vacation time a year.
Yeah.
And we're talking about in other like European countries, they get over a month of vacation time.
And rollover too. Yeah, I mean.
And it rolls over exactly into the next year. So people could take 2 months of vacation time.
Yeah, it's great for
it's totally fine.
For my classmates from Belgium who then went to go work in the UK, or in a friend of mine works in Norway. They can visit me all the time because they have the vacation time. And I'm fortunate that I have chosen a career path where I have that flexibility as well. But before, when I was working at an office job and I had 2 weeks vacation, it was sort of like, come see me because I I have to take this week off for Christmas, and then I have another week that I have to divvy up between seeing my grandparents and whatnot. So it made it difficult to maintain friendships, especially seeing all my friends. They were able to go see each other because in Europe they did have a little bit more of lenient work time. But this proposed law is a little bit different because it's not vacation time. It is recognizing that women deal with menstrual pain, and what I do like about it is that it's taking away that it's not a taboo subject. Now we have to talk about it. Now it is a law that is being proposed in the Italian parliament, so you have lawmakers talk about that, and I think that's the progress that I would like to see the U.S. get to. Whether or not we agree on more sick days or however you want to divvy it up, I think it's just important to recognize that this is something that women experience that sucks. And I know girls who have like fainted at work and who are not effective because they don't feel as though they can tell their employers that, hey, I really need to go home, I'm not feeling well. And there's a little bit of a shame factor to it. So hopefully in 21st century, we're moving past that. It's a thing that happens, and we should be able to promote the best sort of workplace environment. And I like seeing steps like this to at least talk about it and come to a solution.
Yeah, we'll never have this in the United States.
I was looking at your face and I was just like, yeah, Amir is not. You're like, yeah, this is not happening.
No way that would happen. The best we can hope for is more paid maternity leave, more things, just like those kind of things that we don't have currently, but all other countries do have them.
Well, we want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What do you think about this proposed law? Do you think this is good for social progress? Do you think that this stigmatizes periods even more? We want to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.